Hey, Scott here, and welcome back to the Practical Kung Fu YouTube channel. So in this video, I wanted to give you some thoughts on how to improve your striking skills, namely your straight line punches, which would be your vertical punch, your straight punch, and your upset punch, by properly training the push-ups that you do on your knuckles. So if you trained any kind of martial arts, you've probably done some push-ups on your knuckles. So I'm going to discuss how to do those properly. So the first key is that we want to be sure that we have our weight on the two big knuckles. So we don't want the fist tilted back so that the weight is being carried by the bottom two knuckles. It's got to be on the two big knuckles, because those are the knuckles that you want to focus on striking with your punches when you're training the heavy bag and whatnot. I've already covered those reasons why in a previous video, so look for those videos dealing with the straight line punches, the vertical punch, and whatnot. So next, when we are training the push-up, we want to have our fists right below our shoulders, and when we lower ourselves down and push ourselves back up, we want to try and squeeze our rib cage with our elbows. So we don't want to let our elbows flare too much. I've always had this issue of my elbows always kind of flared out when I'm just walking down the street. So this makes it a little bit more difficult for me to get those elbows tucked in next to my rib cage when I'm doing these. But it looks like this. So vertical punch. We train the push-ups, our knuckles this way. Straight punch. Your elbows are going to want to flare out a little bit more just because of the position that you're in here. And then your upset punch. And this is the hardest of the three. So you're going to be hitting the muscle groups from different angles, so that helps with your training as well. And it's really good for training those forearms and getting that strength behind those fists, so that you're going to have less probability of breaking a wrist. And when you're training on those two big knuckles and hitting with those two big knuckles with proper alignment, which these push-ups are very helpful for as well, you'll have less probability of breaking a hand. Okay, so if you're employing your push-ups into your training, get started on working on these push-ups on the knuckles, and be sure you're using proper technique when you're doing them. All right, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Also, be sure to check out practical-kungfu.com.